Hi everybody, this is the website boy again with another tutorial, and today we are starting the PHP tutorial series, and this is only for beginners. Okay, if you are an advanced user, you need to wait for the advanced series on these tutorials. We're going to be talking about what is PHP. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I'm going to give you a little bit of history, and we're going to be starting this. If you want the table of contents, you can go to my website and find it there on the websiteboy.com. Okay, so let's start. Now, PHP is a scripting language, meaning it's not really a programming language, a language like Java or C or C++ or C Sharp. It doesn't need to be compiled, doesn't need to be put in another software to actually be read. It runs on the server, and it only runs based on certain events happening on the web page. A program runs all the time, so it really doesn't need something to happen in order to run. It's also a language that it doesn't do a lot of user interaction, so you're not gonna see PHP be used to be very interactive with users. You use something like JavaScript, or you use something like Java. And when you program, when you do an application, Java interacts a lot with users. So you're not gonna see this in PHP. Also, PHP starts from the top to bottom to execute code. So when your code is running, it starts from the top and goes all the way to the bottom, all right? And then it goes up again, depending on what you intend to do with your application. It also the program, in the other hand, can start anywhere. A program can start from the middle, from the bottom, depending on how you program your application. You can start your program anywhere. PHP, you can basically do the same thing in a way, but the way that it's designed is to work from the top to bottom. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, PHP works in the server. All right, it's not like a language like a scripting language like JavaScript that works in the client side. What I mean with this is that, for example, JavaScript, all right, is sent to the browser, and when it's sent to the browser, that's where it does all the functions there. It does everything. Everything it needs is right there on the browser. PHP, we need a server to run PHP. Well, don't worry about that. We're gonna download a software later on, and I'm gonna show you how to put it in your computer. So don't worry about that. PHP runs on a server behind the scenes, and when it finishes doing all the functions, then it goes to the browser. So I want you to keep that in mind. All right, now also keep in mind that PHP was designed to work with HTML. So when you see PHP, you're gonna see a lot of HTML in there also. All right, so PHP is just basically like giving HTML superpowers. That's what basically PHP is. All right. You can also create. PHP is great creating dynamic pages. All right, just like let's say, for example, in HTML you create three pages: home, about, and services. Those three pages are all static. You're always going to see the same content every time you go to those pages. With PHP, you can change the content of those pages dynamically, meaning that, for example, if you say, oh, this user, the website boy came to my page, I don't want to show them. I don't want to show the website boy page number one. I want to show the website boy page number two. So you can change the content on your website. You can change the pages. You can change anything based on conditions with PHP. With HTML, you cannot do that. All right. So that's one thing. Another thing is that PHP uses PHP extensions at the end of the file. So let's say, for example, you have an HTML page, and you have home.html. PHP is gonna be home.php. All right, so you would never be able to run PHP without using that extension. Now the code, the syntax, the language format is very similar to a language called C and Java. All right, and those are some big languages there, so they're very similar. You can find out more about PHP at php.net. Now, what you will need for this course, very simple. You're gonna need a code editor. I personally use Sublime Text with an Emmet plugin just to write code faster. But you're welcome to use whatever you have if you have anything. If you don't worry about it. We're gonna install. Later on, I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now, in the bottom of this video, you can find a link that could show you how to install Sublime Text with the Emmet plugin that I'm using right now. So you can just go to the bottom of this video, pause the video, go to the link, and learn how to install it. I got a video link there. Okay. You can also install Notepad++ for Windows, which is free. I can show you how to do that in a video in a later movie. And Text Wrangler is also free and is for Mac users. All right, those are some good general co-editors that can help you follow this course. All right, so I will go over installing these tools in the later movies. Okay, so don't worry about that. I just want to give you a little brief introduction about this. Now, I do provide exercise files for everything that I do, for all the tutorials. So you can find this out at the websiteboy.com / snippets. There you're gonna find all my code that you're gonna need for all the tutorials. Even if I'm doing something else totally different from PHP, you're gonna find it on that page. Okay. Now I also created a table of content for this tutorial, so you can also find it in the link below, the websiteboy.com /category /PHP dash tutorials. There you're gonna find, in the first video, you're gonna find the table of contents. All right. Now, for those of you that don't know how to navigate my course, this is how you do it. The first thing that you need to do if you're new to my channel is subscribe. That way you can get an automatic email every time I upload one of the videos, one of the tutorials into YouTube. All right, YouTube will let you know automatically that I uploaded a new video. So it's very important for you to do that. For those of you that like my videos, thank you so much. This is how you do it. If you never liked the video before, it really helps me a lot because it motivates me to actually make a lot more of these videos there to help you guys out. All right, so keep that in mind. For those of you that like my videos, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really helps me. I love teaching, and it motivates me. It wakes me up in the morning and lets me do what I do. So it's not easy just to wake up and be active to do this. But when you have a passion and you love teaching others, it becomes easier. But you guys motivate me with those likes. Thank you so much, and let's start going to the next tutorial. All right, so hit next on the top of your screen, and let's start doing some PHP.